Beauty Boss, my name is Faith and welcome to Faith Elizabeth Marketing, the place where licensed beauty professionals become empowered entrepreneurs through growth strategies and marketing tactics. Today we are talking about how to create a super effective marketing strategy in your salon or spa using the marketing funnel theory. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what a marketing funnel is in the first place, why it's so effective, and how to relate it to the beauty industry to create this beautiful cocktail of powerhouse goodness that creates a bomb marketing strategy for your beauty business. But before we dive into it, if you are a licensed beauty professional looking to level up your digital marketing game, be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell to the right so that you'll never miss out on free videos on how to elevate your business, grow your socials, and boost your bookings. A marketing funnel is basically breaking down the customer journey from their awareness of a problem that they need solved down to the purchase that they have with you as the licensed professional that can solve their problem. But what I really love about marketing funnels is that it creates a series of actionable steps that you can control to help guide your potential customers into booking with you and becoming loyal customers of yours. Again, a marketing funnel is really just the customer journey, but it's your end of it. It's really the effort that you as a business owner put into making the customer's decision-making process as easy as possible. And that's why having an effective marketing funnel is so important in the beauty business. The marketing funnel has definitely evolved over the years, but it is still a crazy effective strategy for creating a cohesive marketing system that pulls potential customers in. Many different industries and big and small businesses alike all use this particular strategy. So if you're not sure how to use the marketing funnel strategy, be sure to keep watching. Okay, so let's talk about the different parts of a marketing funnel. As you can see, the marketing funnel has a bunch of different steps to it that is going to help guide your potential customer to their ultimate purchase decision. So we'll go into each step in a moment, but I like to refer to this as the top of the funnel, this is the middle of the funnel, and this as the bottom of the funnel. The top of the funnel is where a complete stranger turns into your potential client. And where this really happens is at the awareness phase. This is whenever they start searching for the answer to their problem. They usually do this by going on Google first to look at content about their problem and then going in to see who can actually help solve this problem. In between awareness and interest, right at that top of the funnel, is where the social media rabbit hole starts, where they might start on one social media network or one page, and then they kind of drift over to different networks and different pages and different profiles. This is also where referrals come from. If your potential customer tends to vent or talk about their problem with their friends, this is where a referral will come from. Notice it's still at the top of the funnel and they still have quite a few decisions to make before they make that purchase. So a key strategy that I have for the awareness step is to show up, be visible, and be seen, and it's as simple as that. Essentially, you want to make yourself the problem solver, and I go into way more depth on this with all of my clients, but basically, you want to be the person that is seen as the authority in their problem that needs to be solved. So a really common example I like to use is if someone has acne, who are they going to go see? An esthetician or an acne specialist? Well, they are going to go to an esthetician because they're both estheticians, but only one of them is marketing themselves as an acne specialist. So the most attractive option to that potential customer is the acne specialist because they're not looking at licenses, they're not looking at formalities, they're looking at someone who's going to solve their problem for them. So basically, they're still going to go to an esthetician. These two options are both estheticians, but one is marketing themselves as a problem solver for this potential client. And that is what really makes the difference. Okay, so we are moving past the very top of the funnel and starting to really transition into the top of the middle part of the funnel, and that is through interest. So at the beginning stages of this particular step, most marketers will tell you that you are still at the very top of the funnel. But I will tell you that there is only so long that someone can linger in the interest step before really just naturally going to the middle of the funnel, because there's only so long that you can hang out in the top of the funnel before basically losing interest, which basically forces your potential client to drop off of your marketing funnel because they're no longer interested and they're no longer a potential client, or they need to really become serious about solving their problem. And there are definitely more ways to push them to the middle faster, but we're not talking about that today. That'll have to be for another lesson. So in this step, your potential customer is really starting to narrow their dream versus reality state of mind. Now, whenever they're looking at your social medias, maybe your competitors' social medias, they're really starting to envision themselves going to that service and what the after will look like. And whenever they're on your social medias now, they're specifically looking for information, results, and knowledge. The interest phase is usually whenever they start to dig into the Google reviews, maybe your Facebook reviews, and your website, because they're really looking to see if you are a possible contender whenever they start the evaluation phase. At the interest phase, a key strategy is to be the most clear on what services you provide, how you provide them, so whether it's a membership, a one-off service, or a consultation base, and why your customer is going to get the most benefit by choosing you. Another part of this strategy within the interest phase is to connect with your potential client. You want to make sure that they know that you are there to connect with them, because you basically do have to connect with someone and give them an impression of you before you can really convert them into a customer. Which brings me to this question. Have you ever bought something online just because you connected with the business or the business owner? Like, have you ever stumbled across a business that had a bunch of stuff for sale that you didn't need, but you just loved the brand so much that you ended up buying something? Because I have. Yeah, let me know, because I definitely did this with a body glitter company on Facebook. I was in college and I just happened to stumble upon this Facebook page. I'm sure it was an ad, but it was all body glitter, and I was like, oh, well, I don't need that. But the business owner was so cool, and I loved their page so much that I ended up buying like $15 worth of body glitter that literally sat in my makeup drawer for years until I finally used it in like a DIY project. I can't be the only one, right? Okay, so moving right along to the pure middle of the marketing funnel, and that is the evaluation phase. At this point, your customer is really looking at you and your competitors, and they're getting more serious about getting their problem solved. At this point, they have done their research and they have seriously put some thought into it. The evaluation stage of the marketing funnel is actually such a crucial step, but it tends to get overlooked in terms of strategy with entrepreneurs. And really why the strategy is lacking so much is because whenever an entrepreneur or a business owner hears the word evaluation stage for a potential customer, their brain goes straight to competition. As a business owner, we think if we can beat our direct competition, they're mine. I've got that client. They will come to me. But the reality is that it's a lot more complex than that. I will also say that this is the particular spot where drop off of the marketing funnel is the most preventable, but also the most predictable. So in the evaluation stage, before anyone can really ever decide between you and a competitor, they first have to decide, am I really gonna do this? Is this worth it? I might be second guessing this decision. They basically have to validate the decision to get to this service anyways before reaching out to somebody to do it for them. A really good example of this is whenever you have a blouse in your hand at the department store and there are 2 available registers nearby, but you haven't necessarily decided if you're going to get the blouse or not. So you could be sitting in the department store, and while there's 2 registers available, you haven't decided to go to either because you haven't decided if that blouse is something that you really want. You're starting to have that second guess feeling, and that's what you're trying to prevent whenever it comes to strategy in the evaluation stage. Basically, your customer is doing the same thing that you would do with your blouse at the department store, like, where would I wear this? Do I need something to go with it? Is it worth it? Your customer is thinking those exact same thoughts, except they're thinking them about your services. So again, the evaluation phase is not always evaluating you versus another service provider. It might actually be evaluating your services versus other options, or just dealing with the problem. It's only after they decide that they are going to go forward with the service that the competition terms of evaluation really starts to play. But they really have to talk themselves into getting that service first. The key strategy in this step of the marketing funnel is to eliminate confusion on all aspects of your business and also make your website as crystal clear as possible and super easy to use, because they are about to initiate a purchase. This is also where you want to have marketing systems in place that will start to pick up the people who dropped off at this phase, because these people are going to be the closest ones that really almost booked with you. So you want to have things like Facebook retargeting, email capture, things like that, that is basically going to pull them back into your marketing funnel, even if right now is not the time for them to book with you. Also at this phase, your potential customer isn't really going to be looking at your about page or your home page. They're really only going to be looking at your services, your pricing, and your booking link. So be sure that all of those are super clear and defined, and they don't really have to guess on how to initiate that purchase with you. Okay, so we are at the bottom of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel is exactly where you want your potential clients to be, because it's so narrow that the odds of them falling off of the marketing funnel is a lot more rare. There are two steps at the bottom of the funnel: commitment and purchase. I'm going to be more in depth on commitment and touch on purchase just a little bit, but commitment is really where digital marketing really plays into it. So we're going to be talking a lot more about that one. So in the commitment phase, your potential customer is doing just that, committing to actively booking with you and showing up to your service. Note that you are still marketing to them because you have still not gotten any money and you have still not actually gotten a service done with them. So you are still marketing to them because they have not shown up and become your loyal customer. Above all else, the strategy for this step is to make it the easiest thing that your potential customer has ever done. Have that online booking link ready, have it available. Don't make them DM you or call you or really make it complex. Just have it straight and simple and to the point. The booking process should be automated because DMing on social media and calling your spa or salon are both intimidation factors that promote drop off in the marketing funnel. So again, make it clear, make it easy, make it available for them to just go in and book with you. Now, once they book with you, it's time to turn them into a loyal client. And yes, this starts at the commitment phase and not the purchase phase. This should start before they ever reach your door of your business. This is whenever you start your onboarding process to your customer. The onboarding process is really just a series of actions that you take to make them feel like a loyal customer to you before they ever reach the door. And that is the key to really preventing no-shows and increasing your customer loyalty. Having an onboarding process is going to make your clients feel appreciated and heard. And no, it doesn't have to be super comprehensive and crazy, but it does need to be something to make your clients feel a little special, that they booked with you and they made that decision. This also tends to make them feel like they have a little bit of skin in the game, so they don't want to no-show for this appointment, because by receiving those onboarding packets, they probably feel a little bit more connected to you and your business, and they might feel more of an obligation to show up. Commitment in the beauty industry does not equal purchase. So in our industry in particular, you really have to solidify the commitment phase to make sure that they show up for the purchase. Because even if you do have no-show policies in place, we don't want that. We want them to be a loyal customer and always come back. So by increasing your strategy in the commitment phase, it will increase your customer loyalty, meaning more money in the bank. Okay, so now we have reached the very, very, very bottom of the funnel, and that is the purchase phase. And that is whenever your skill, talents, and expertise comes in. Note that you are never not marketing to your clients. You are never not wooing your clients, especially whenever they are in your doors. But also note that your technical skills did not take over until the purchase phase. So in terms of business ownership and entrepreneurship, it is so incredibly important to learn the skills to get your customers from the awareness phase down to the purchase phase so that you can woo them with your skills and talent. Okay guys, so that is the marketing funnel in a nutshell. Feel free to replay this because I know this was a lot of information, and feel free to take screenshots and notes as well. The crazy thing about the marketing funnel is it can take some clients like 10 to 15 minutes to go from the awareness phase all the way to the purchase phase, and then other clients it can take weeks. So the most important thing is to have your strategies in place to really pull them in at any phase of the marketing funnel. And the beauty about a marketing funnel is once you have an effective one in place, it works for you at all times, meaning while you're with clients, while you're sleeping, your marketing funnel is still working for you and pulling in potential clients. So now that you have more insight on how to create an effective marketing funnel for your beauty business, it is time to put some style in it. If you have not found out what your signature marketing style in the beauty industry is, go take my free quiz linked below. That will make all of these strategies extra relevant and make them easier to implement within your business. And if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. I put out new videos every single week. Bye, beauty bosses.